Hi, welcome to Small Potatoes, a show where we discuss the insignificant, inconsequential, and often inappropriate tidbits of life that we feel deserve more attention. Welcome to episode 3. My name's Anthony.
I'm Trevor.
I'm Spencer.
Episode 3.
Hey-o.
You made it.
In this episode, we talk about the catch-all fuck, the word fuck, how it catches all.
Catches all.
Thanks for describing catch-all fuck.
Well, I feel like, does catch-all fuck, does that like...
Just say we talk about the word fuck.
No, boo. Okay, fine.
Okay, we'll just fucking keep how you had it. Or do whatever you want. Do whatever you want.
In this episode, we talk about...
So we'll just make fun of it if it's dumb.
Fuck you. In this episode, we talk about fuck, the word fuck, what it means, what it doesn't mean.
Homeschooling, the worst kinds of people.
Fuck you.
Table manners gets us real riled up.
Kinks.
Being attracted to cartoon characters.
Oh, so many
There's
cartoon
a couple.
characters. That's like the main thesis of this show is that cartoon characters turn us
There's
on.
a couple, and you know you're thinking of one.
So, buckle in for that, and we hope you enjoy.
If you like what we talk about and think that you have something that we should talk about, please DM us on Instagram, leave us a comment on Instagram. We are Small Potatoes Pod on Instagram, or email us at smallpotatoespod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your input and incorporate it. I'm too formal.
So we've been getting your comments. Thanks for all those DMs. We don't want dick pics. We want suggestions. Okay, let me just tell you guys. We have been loving the feedback that we've been getting on episode 2 about the calendar debate, whether Sunday is the first or last day of the week. We've been getting people from Hungary telling us about how the calendar works differently there and Monday is actually the first day. We've been getting voice memos, phone calls, text messages, DMs. Love it. Keep sending the feedback. Keep sending your opinions because, damn, they're hilarious. So here's the most recent one sent to our dear friend Spencer Brown.
And remember, it's all fun and games until someone cares, and we don't. So it's all fun and games.
Hey, Spencer, what's up, buddy? What the fuck, dude? Explain to me how you think a Sunday isn't on the weekend. There's no work. For many religions, like you guys said, it is a day of rest. So there's no work, and some people rest, and some businesses aren't open. That seems like the definition of a weekend, you little bitch. Okay, thanks for listening. Love the podcast, guys. Keep it up. Can't wait for episode 3.
We're rolling.
So here's the chain of events.
Hello?
We all get together.
That's not our intro. Yeah, sing the theme song. Sing the theme song.
And yes, she's annoying. Give it to me. What's it called?
What's the name of the show?
I like to say words funny. I like to say them wrong, and that's just who I am. One of my favorite things to say when I'm just trying to have a good time, I'm always thinking in my head, yo, I'm trying to fuck. Like, to me, like, that's like when I get so hyped, I'm just like, you know, dude, I'm trying to have a good time. I want to go hang out. I want to go to like Trader Joe's. I want to get some yummy food, and I'm trying to fuck.
But there's nothing sexual about it.
Yeah, fuck isn't
Absolutely
like inherently
nothing. Yeah.
penetration. It is just like good times.
Yes. Fuck
Trying to fuck.
means literally all things, mostly not sexual, I would say.
See, to me, I like fuck around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go to Trader Joe's and fuck around.
Sure, but I think that makes a little bit.
that?
I think I should
Let's get into
adopt.
some nonsense. Let's get into some hijinks.
Let's go to the grocery store and fuck around.
Just fuck
All right.
around at TJ's. Hell yeah, baby. Let's fuck.
Apparently, someone has never had a good time at the grocery store. If you
Yeah,
never fucked around at Trader Joe's,
You ever just go with no list?
It's just
there's so much fuckery.
in my adult life, I don't do that anymore.
Right now, there's a pandemic going on, and
What?
music festivals are shut down. So what I like to do, drop a hit or two of Molly and just fuck around at Trader Joe's. No list, no agenda, just go where the aisles take me.
So how is it when you pop that Molly and then you get to Trader Joe's and they've hit their capacity because we're in a pandemic and you just have to wait in line
You just have to stand.
while you're rolling.
Well, then I'm waiting in line with the best community of grocery shoppers that the upper middle class white world has to offer.
Yeah.
And
There's a lot of
first
good
of
people
all-
that go to Trader Joe's.
first of all, I'm in good company because if you've ever spoken to a Trader Joe's employee, they're on something that's enhancing their mood.
Oh, for sure. It's increasing their serotonin like all the way.
Yeah. Like there's no way that they're not taking Molly in the break room. at Trader Joe's.
100%.
Oh my goodness. They're all like hugging, like, yes, I love you. Oh my God. Have you had this Kung Pao?
So much positive energy coming out of the break room.
Have you had this Kung Pao chicken? It's the best. But also,
This is my favorite dipping sauce.
just cook it for like a little bit long. Every single time they figure out what you're getting, and they try to come off so authentic about it, but you're like, in the break room, they're like, guys, you got to make sure you find an ingredient or a food item that they're buying, and you just say that's so good.
It's all about making the connection.
It's so weird.
I want to see a Trader Joe's employee just go, "Why the fuck are you buying this?
Yeah.
This
No,
is
so
our
that actually
worst.
happened.
This
Hey.
is our worst product.
You should take this back.
That actually happened to.
I am not scanning this."
That happened to my girlfriend. She bought something a couple months ago. She bought something from Trader Joe's, and the guy was like, "Have you ever had this?" And she was like, "Nope, trying it for the first time." He's like, "It's I think it's interesting."
Yeah, see, they
And
can't
she was
say
like,
anything bad though.
Yeah, wow.
Okay. And he was like, "Yeah, but maybe you'll like it."
That's the most. That's
I don't
the
wanna buy
most
it now.
negative they can review anything. It's interesting.
Hey, maybe you'll like it.
To each their own. Anyways, trying to fuck when I go to the grocery
Yeah,
store.
we're all trying to
Yeah.
fuck it, TJ.
trying to fuck when I go anywhere.
When you go get coffee,
So-
you're just trying to fuck.
The problem is that you can only say that to two people, your SO or your like best friend, but you can't say it to anybody else, all because people care so much about words.
Yeah.
They care so much
People
about
do care a lot about words.
specific words, and I'm like, look, sure, I'm a guy trying to fuck always, sure, but not with you. I'm trying to fucking have a good time.
Yeah, I'm trying to fuck life.
Yeah, dude, I'm trying to. This sounds a little rapey.
It does.
I'm just trying to have a good.
Couldn't just flat out say it.
All right, maybe we'll cut it out.
No, I like it.
Yeah, no.
I
it's
digress. I just want to say that I like being fun, but nobody should harm anyone ever.
fine. I see your point. Yeah.
I like to say words. So if you ever hear me say that, it's because I want to hang out with you.
Well,
and wanna
I
have a good
really
time.
think that we as a generation have adapted fuck, or maybe just not our generation, and I've just like whoever has adapted fuck to be not sexual. It is purely
Mhm.
like it can be used for
It's a
literally
catch-all.
anything. Yeah.
It's a catch-all.
It's a catch-all term.
For sure. I have been thinking a lot about when you were young, and this is probably going to be more for those who grew up in suburbs, I'm sure. But remember when you went to a different elementary school and you're like, this is like an alternate dimension. Like it's similar
Yeah.
to what I
It's
know.
built sort of the same.
They have the same buildings, but everything's a little different. It's like this weird alternate reality when you go to another elementary school.
The map of the US that's like painted on the ground is like a little bit off.
Yes.
The colors are a little different. And you're like, California's not usually blue. It's like yellow.
Well, and it's like the classrooms look the same, the doors are the same, but they're all mixed up in an order that doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't relate because I was homeschooled.
God, you were homeschooled.
So when I went to my friends' houses, I was like, oh wow,
It's different.
they've got the same amount of
This
walls,
is
but
an
it's
alternate universe.
but it's like it's cleaner here. There's less trash on the floor.
I always forget that you were homeschooled, and I think it's so funny.
Right?
So funny. Doesn't
Here's the
it just
thing. I will
explain?
Are you not
so
embarrassed?
much?
No, I'm embarrassed, but I do like I'm only like not really embarrassed because I knew when I was self-aware when I was homeschooled that like it's an embarrassing thing, but I was one of the cool kids who was homeschooled. Like I knew like
If there could be any.
okay, for example, Me and my best friend.
To whose perception were you cool?
To me.
There's no one
To
around.
me and Doxed. Us two buddies, we were homeschooled together, so we'd always hang out together. So we just like always got to like fuck around together. We would go to the grocery store and do whatever the hell we want at like 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. But
Sure, but like
the thing is,
2 p.m. on a Tuesday, I was developing social skills.
okay, listen.
So
So,
I was actually learning history.
Yeah, and so did I. I learned it correctly.
I will say,
Um,
Anthony, that's something that I admired about you growing up. Anthony, for everyone listening, we all have known each other for a long time. I've known Anthony since we were kids, and he rocked that shit. He rocked being homeschooled. Like, it made him cooler. I do think that, like, he took it in such a way where, like, because usually, like, the stereotype of a homeschooled kid is, like, they're socially awkward, they're, like, totally weird, but Anthony, like, spun it in his favor and was like,
So I'll
this
say-
is the best shit ever. Everyone should be homeschooled type of thing.
Well, so what happened, for example, I still kept like close with like a lot of the people that were my age so I went to school in first grade and somehow was able to like keep in touch with them while I was homeschooled. So I still hung out with people who were going to our elementary school while I was homeschooled, like throughout the years. I just like wouldn't see them at school. I would see them after school. So I'd still hang out with them. But I will say, every now and then, Doc's mom, she would make us go to the homeschool group park days. And that shit was exactly what you think of when you hear homeschoolers.
Oh, for sure.
With all the other homeschooled kids.
Yeah, dude. It was a group of homeschooled kids that would go ice skating in the middle of May in California. Or we would go to the park and we would all like meet together, but we never saw each other that much, so we were like barely friends. Some people were like 16 and they like were forced to be there and they didn't want to like play at the park.
The 9-year-olds.
And that's that one time I had a girl who was like legitimately, she was like training to be like a witch or like a sorcerer. And one time Doxed and we were like, I don't know, we were like playing tag with a different person and we like ran in her area full of invisible like house items. Like she was playing house with invisible things. Okay. And
She was practicing her space work.
she was pretty good because she knew where everything was. She knew what I knocked over because I apparently knocked over her fireplace, which was in the center of the room.
How do you knock over a fireplace?
Stupid room. Well, I knocked it over. She pulls out a pocket knife. And now we're in the real world.
A real one?
Yes.
The real world pocket knife.
We're literally
Because of the fake fireplace.
So, gosh, I'm definitely like no older than 10 years old at this moment in time, but she legitimately pulls out a pocket knife. She couldn't have been any older than 12. And she starts legitimately like running at me and chasing me with a pocket knife and swiping at me with a real life knife. This is the real life. I've never been like in that much danger in my entire life when someone's like legitimately trying to kill me. I've never been in that much danger. And it was when I was at a park day for homeschoolers. So Doxed left and he got all of our moms and he was like, come help quickly. And they came down and guess who got in trouble?
You, because you knocked over the fucking fireplace.
Yes. For like 0.3 seconds, we focused on the pocket knife and that she should take it away. But then the rest of the time was scolding Anthony for daring to run across a park and end up in someone's fireplace in Imagination World.
To enter her imaginary house in the public park space. I'm just imagining like
Doxed.
going over to like say like, oh, Becky has a knife. And her mom just going, no, it's imaginary. It's okay. She does
Real pocket knife.
No, she just does imaginary objects.
She has
It's fine.
imaginary. It's fine.
So now
And
look,
then you
I
just
know.
continue to be chased through the park with a pocket knife.
So I know.
Kids are
yeah,
bleeding
really.
all over the place.
Here's the thing.
Huh.
she chose me, and Doc had enough time to run to the tables at the park and then have them all walk back to where I was being chased, because, you know, parents don't run. They're like all kind of tipsy because they're like day drinking.
Yeah.
Just like
Classic
show up.
suburban wine moms.
So here's the thing. I know that most of our viewers are people who have kids and they're thinking about the education system at this moment in time right now.
Are they?
Yep.
So
that
if
is
you're
our
going to
base,
homeschool,
yes.
Are young parents our demo?
yes, our target audience, if you are planning on putting your kid in homeschool instead of public education, just say no to park days. I digress.
It does sound like those parents were just as effective as the campus supervisors we had, because those people, they had no right or qualification to be there.
Oh, 100%.
Oh my God. Those volunteer moms, basically, I guess they were the same. They were cut from the same jib because they were all volunteer mothers, stay-at-home moms, who were like, yeah, I'll campus supervise. And then, like, when things happen, they do nothing. And when nothing happens, they lay down the law.
Dude, I remember when I was in first grade, some girl put a rock down my shirt. And I was like, what? So then I put a rock down her shirt. Guess who got in trouble?
It's inappropriate, Anthony. Yeah.
Don't fuck with girls, Anthony.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I just chased after girls.
Clearly a pattern in your childhood.
Yeah, but whatever.
I'm at the park. I'm trying to fuck.
So I wanted to bring a small potatoes item to the table, and that is fine dining customs.
Ugh.
And like being polite. Like
Manners,
Manners.
polite manners are so small potatoes, it infuriates me.
I was thinking about it today, just like swelling with rage. I was on a run and I was just like literally getting so angry. Like, who in the hell cares if I eat my dessert with the salad fork / vice versa? And as I was thinking, I was like, you know what? If you are a person who tells me, leans over and you're like, oh, actually, that is the dinner fork. That's the salad fork. You're the bad guy.
You're rude.
You're the bad guy in every story. Like, I am not the like
Totally.
in every movie that has come out, like the Princess and the Pauper movie-esque style.
You had it right the first time.
Is it Prince and the Pauper?
Yes.
Okay, Prince and the Pauper movie-esque style. It's like the prince always comes down to the level of the pauper. Like the pauper always tries to go to like elegant society, and then they realize, oh, they're pushing them down. Like they're not being themselves anymore. We all need to let go of these arbitrary rules and just be ourselves. So that's my small potatoes item. It infuriates me
Here's the thing.
to no end.
Where are you if you're listening and you are the person that goes, that's not the right fork, use the longer one. Where are you? Where are you going? What makes you
That's so important.
You know
what's so important?
what type of you know what table manner I think is so dumb and small potato? Elbows on the table.
I knew you were going to say that.
Why? Why? I'm not sticking my elbows on the plate in my food.
First of all,
It
has anyone
makes no difference if my forearm is against the table or my elbow. Like, what?
Has anybody ever been in a situation where you have your elbows on the table and someone tells you, so you go, okay, I'll switch to forearms, and it's immediately the worst, most uncomfortable thing you've ever done?
Well, yeah, exactly. Because you put your elbows on the table because you're kind of tired, right? It's like a comfortable leaning position.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's just to make you uncomfortable. It's literally to be like the perceived, like, oh, he doesn't care. He's tired. He's exhausted. Like that is the perception. And then now I'm proper. Here I am, forearms on the table.
That's the thing with manners like that is it's just about not looking comfortable and not looking like you're chilling.
Yeah.
Which, like,
Do you think
I'm not about that.
do you think that
No.
back in the times when people were making these rules that they were having a sleeping problem at dinner? They were like, guys,
maybe
they're at the team meeting. they're at the board meeting and Mike pitches like, guys, so you know how everyone just like always falls asleep when they're at dinner, just like that. Falling asleep, just dropping like flies. Can't stay together, face in the soup, face in the mashed potatoes, falls asleep. Get this. Make them the most uncomfortable so they can't fall asleep.
They have to stay awake.
Make them sit on pegs.
Oh yeah, nice chairs. Nice chairs are always so uncomfortable. Oh my goodness.
Literally. Make them have to do a puzzle before they eat their soup. Which spoon is it, huh? Huh? We'll make different size forks. But guess what? There's a cold fork and there's a warm fork.
I
had the best. It's actually on topic because quite literally, small potatoes. I had the best tater tots today. Holy fuck!
Can I tell you something?
That was it.
Can I say
That's
something?
all you had to say.
Can I tell you a small potato that's like, oh wow, I get it. It's on point. You're right. I don't like tater tots. Hot topic.
Oh. That fuck you, dude.
Okay, ready? I'm gonna make my point. Whenever I'm at some sort of place that's like, we got tater tots, we got French fries, we got, all the above. I get sad when I hear tater tots. I don't know what it is.
When was the
but
last
it
time you
ain't no
had a
French
tater
fry.
tot? When was the last time you had a tater tot?
Here's
Try again.
Anthony,
Try
I 100%
again, buddy.
agree with you because they're like 90% air. And they
What
seem
kind
like
of-
they're going to be so good, and then like
That's the thing is good tater tots
you
are
eat
thick.
it, and you're like, oh, hold
Oh
on,
God.
I just ate
What?
nothing that's super bad for me.
I feel like I'm going
I'm saying
insane.
tater tots
I
suck.
feel like I'm going
Tater
crazy.
tots suck. Dude, Trevor,
Tater tots are the best.
explain to me why tater tots are preferred.
What, not preferred. I mean, like, fries are good in their own right. Like, they're iconic for a reason. But tater tots are like a special treat that they're not everywhere. Not everyone has them. They're like in elementary school, tater tot day was so hype. And they're great for dipping. They're so good for dipping. And when they're done right, they're not filled with air. They're thick and they're crispy and they have a little crunch, but also soft on the inside.
Okay, so what you're describing has never before been seen or experienced when eating tater tots. Just so you know.
You've had
Like,
bad
those are
tater
great words.
tots.
Those are
Sounds-
great
No,
adjectives.
tater tots that are soft on the inside and crunchy on the outside.
My mouth is watering, but that's just not true.
Let's just talk about
God.
this.
I'll take you to where I got tater tots today.
95% of tater tots do not taste like this at all.
Yeah, it's like, why risk it? Like, yeah, like, okay, sure, Trevor,
Risk?
sometimes tater tots are good, but why risk going for the tater tot option when 95% of the time they're not done right?
Question then. Tell me if this is a similar scenario to your guys' experience. You tried tater tots as a child, either homemade, from a cafeteria, what have you. You thought, I don't like these tater tots. I don't like tater tots. And then, years later, now that like food is trendy, I mean, food's always been trendy, but now that like trendy foods are trendy, and now like trendy food places make tater tots. Have you had those tater tots? Because those tater tots are on another level of the tater tots you had as a child.
First of all, before I even go into what you just said, were the tater tots you bought $8.67?
They weren't cheap.
Okay. Point made, Anthony. Thank you.
All right, point Wayne. Also, I was just thinking about this. When someone says the word tater tots, are one of the very first things that pops in your head cafeterias?
Yes, absolutely.
Kinda.
Bad cafeteria, like
Crazy.
gross cafeteria food. It's like tater tots,
Guys, I haven't-
nasty food. Yeah, thank you.
No,
I haven't spent like
tater tots are my favorite small potato.
I'm not even a big fan of like sweet potatoes, but I would rather probably eat sweet potato fries than
You're not a fan of
Ugh.
sweet
Tater tot.
potatoes?
I do not like sweet potatoes. I don't
What?
like sweet potatoes.
Whoa.
Cool. You added something else.
Ugh.
Not needed. I don't care.
So
Just give me a potato.
The name of this podcast was supposed to be like a metaphor, but this is just potato talk.
We're just diving right
We're
into
just discussing potatoes.
Okay. Okay.
Spencer, you had something that you were gonna say.
Oh, no. We're way past that. It's totally fine.
Okay.
Okay. Can I just say, since we're here and we might never
Yeah.
be here again, or maybe we'll always be here, what's your favorite fry? Like, what place serves your, like, the best fucking fries that you've ever
Good
had?
fucking question.
Okay, this is going to be very controversial because I, as a homosexual person, should not be supporting this business, but
Don't say Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Don't say Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A waffle fries are just like, God's gift to the world. No wonder they're God's place, you know? It's just like,
yeah, totally.
it's so thick, it's so salty. When they're warm, they're the best. And like piping hot, they're the best. Yeah, hands down.
I am not crazy about steak fries, but the bottomless and I think that it enhances the flavor, the fact that they're bottomless. But the bottomless steak fries at Red Robin are
Yum.
I'm sorry, I take back my answer.
they are yum.
Anthony, I take back.
I have mine. Hold on.
Anthony,
My turn. It's my
Anthony.
turn.
No, Anthony.
It's my turn. It's my turn. It's my turn.
Okay, go.
My favorite fries are from none other than Wingstop.
That's what I was just about to say.
Just
Oh my God, I could suffocate myself with Wingstop fries and be so happy.
do you know in the movie, do you guys know have you ever heard of the movie that I think originated in 2004? It's called The Incredibles.
It originated.
It's where it's from, 2004. I think of time differently than you guys. It's more like a location. You guys know the movie The Incredibles?
Yeah, I'm aware.
Okay. So you know how when he's like hacking and he's like being all cool and then he gets caught and they shoot all those boba balls at him and they like inflate and
Yeah.
he suffocates?
Yeah.
Well, I wish that I was Mr. Incredible and they shot Wingstop French fries at me and it just consumed my whole body and I was just like
Speaking of that
suffocated.
that scene, watching it as a kid, either gave you like a very irrational fear or a kink of that scene. That either
Definitely a fear.
it definitely
100%
like
yeah.
it definitely ingrained in all of our brains, and I think it gave most people a fear of whatever you call that, like a claustrophobia or something,
Yeah.
or it like ingrained some weird sexual proclivity
Yeah.
in you. But that's a side note.
That moment is like ingrained in my brain forever and for
Yeah.
sure scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I would that's like I don't want to die by boba balls for sure.
Expanding
But Wingstop
boba.
fries?
They were like tar.
I don't want to use this in our podcast, but it like instilled the kink of eating ass in my mind.
Exactly.
Being just
I knew it.
Suffocated by ass.
Theory proven.
Spencer goes, huh. That's like literally the kid's just like a kid. He's a kid. This guy's a non-sexual kid. at this
6 years
moment.
old. Watching.
Gears start turning. I want to toss a salad. You didn't even know what that meant. We can't put that in. Are you sure?
We could put it in.
Hey,
I'm just
Spencer,
gonna
do
warn
people-
my mother. I'll say, "Hey, mom, I know you're gonna listen. Just know that I reference eating ass." I want to, and I know this isn't really small potatoes, but I think that we're on the subject now of just being a homosexual. I wanted to tell you guys about how I believe that I had like such similar experiences that you guys had growing up, but they were just like a little different, right? So like,
What was the difference?
like being colorblind.
so no, you know how like Trevor,
I couldn't imagine what the difference was.
No, Trevor, listen.
Okay.
You know how you, and I know like you have specifically said this, that when you watch like the Bugs Bunny, not Spaceballs.
Oh yeah, Lola Bunny.
Lola
Space
Bunny
Jam.
Ooh.
is just like so sexy and yet can get it, you know?
Mhm.
I also felt the same way. Like I was turned on by Lola Bunny.
Fair enough.
But
Fair enough.
I like have come to the realization that I was not turned on by Lola Bunny because I was attracted to her curves or anything. I was turned on because I was like, I want to be that bitch, you know?
Mhm.
But also, ready? Every
I
time
wanna
ready, the
work
scene was like,
that ass.
Right.
here. I will say this, Spencer. I can understand also why, because like the scene would be like, you know, just a bunch of like shtick, a bunch of physical comedy, like, you know, a bunch of stick, and then all of a sudden, Lola Bunny would show up and be like, "Hey, Bugs, what you doing?
So Spencer,
What you doing, Bugs?" And you're like, "Yeah, of course I feel funny right now."
Yeah. It's
We were
like-
literally joking about anvils, and now we're seeing like this very sexual furry creature
seductress.
showing up.
and Bugs has the cartoon version of an erection.
Oh yeah. I just like
So basically, Spencer, you saw Lola, and it inspired you to want to top Bugs
yes.
because that's
Hey,
what she
question.
was. That's what she was his top for sure.
Oh, 1000%. Yeah.
Question, Spencer.
Yeah.
Which one of those Disney character boys is like the best?
Yosemite Sam.
Disney
Oh, Spencer?
character
Oh.
Yeah.
boys.
Honest?
Yosemite Sam.
That's the thing. I feel like cartoons do such a bad job with sexualizing men.
You kidding me? Aladdin?
Like, okay, Aladdin can like get it, but like,
Yeah, see what you were just talking about with Lola, I feel like I experienced with Aladdin of like, he's hot, but I want to be him.
yeah, I'm like,
Dude,
I'm
yeah.
thinking like think of Aladdin, but then like think of Megara from
Yeah,
Hercules. Like,
she can get it.
oof, there's like such a difference in the way that they like sexualize women in Disney Channel movies.
100%.
You didn't find the centaur hot with the
Oh, the center.
in the beginning?
So nasty.
her foil.
Yeah.
Hercules didn't do it for you?
No, it was like Megara did it for me. You know what I mean? Like the thought of her just
Yeah.
being.
It was that deep, sultry voice she had.
Oh my goodness, I love her voice. She's in the same actress as in Spirited Away, and
Oh,
I just watched that movie, so that's why I'm thinking about it. But yeah, I love her voice.
Yeah.
I could really fall asleep to it.
I know. Another I think example of what you're talking about from a straight boy's perspective. Danny Phantom.
Oof.
Danny Phantom.
I talked with our mutual friend.
Doxed.
I talked to him about Danny Phantom.
Big Danny Phantom fan. Yeah, right.
Constantly. Like I send him Danny Phantom memes because I love Danny. I think he's so hot.
I fucking love Danny Phantom.
He is the ideal
Hold
man in my life.
Do we like Danny or do we like when he's Danny Phantom more? Gray hair, black hair?
Oh, ghost form.
Ghost form? Sorry, I got the
Honestly-
terminology wrong. Fuck
Honestly,
me, right?
it's like
When he
the
goes
when
ghost. Are you talking about
you know,
when he
like-
goes ghost?
you know, like the sequence, like when he like goes like transitions into a ghost. That is like the hot part.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? Like not like specifically the ghost form, but like the sequence that like goes
Yeah.
from him as like a normal boy to a ghost.
Mm.
Yeah, it's
When
like
it closes
that's-
in on all of his body parts.
Yep, yeah, sort of like a graduate type of thing.
Exactly. Well, you know,
Yes.
the opening sequence of that is all just a gay metaphor. How he goes into the closet and then he comes out of the closet.
Comes
He's
out.
got white hair. He's more sparkly.
He's in drag.
Yeah, he can't tell his parents.
He doesn't have feet.
His sister kind of gets it,
Genius.
kind of understands, but like it's an unspoken thing between him and his sister. It's now the more I think about it, the more I think Danny Phantom was a gay metaphor.
100%. I have to tell. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna call
Doxed.
right after this. Wow,
Love it. I love it.
what a great breakthrough! I love that. I love rewatching children's TV shows and realizing like the adult metaphor for it.
Mhm.
It's so fun.
We have gotten so off topic.
What were we on? What was the topic? What's Okay, where was the topic?
Well, we started at My Small Potato and then we evolved
Lola Bunny.
to
Yeah.
Lola Bunny.
Wait, what was your small potato before Lola?
Well, I'm saying we started at My Fine Dining Small Potato and then
right.
somehow got to Tater Tots. And then
Oh yeah.
the scene to Incredibles that made me realize I wanted to eat ass and that I was gay and that Lola Bunny was my sexual awakening as a gay man.
This is a pretty good string of consciousness.
Speaking of which, speaking of all of this, Wingstop put sugar on their fries, Trevor. So fuck you for not liking Wingstop.
So does
fries.
McDonald's.
They do?
McDonald's, ready? Their fries.
They put
Guess what?
sugar and salt.
Their fries, they're almost never salted, as well as they go cold in like 3 seconds. Just like that.
We talked about this yesterday,
Cold.
Anthony. They
We
have
did.
a 30-second shelf life. Like you receive them, and if they are not gone in 30 seconds, they're bad.
You have to eat them in the car.
You like
On the way home, you have to eat them in the car.
You know what lasts a long time? Tater tots.
because they're already bad. They don't
Because they're already shitty.
They're already
I
bad.
can't believe I'm in the minority here. This is obnoxious.
You know, the crazy thing is that I'm on such a level with Spencer right now where like we're just on a highway.
Yeah,
We're just
I
going
feel it.
quickly. I agree with him like wholeheartedly. The next sentence he's gonna say, agree, just because. Yeah, dude, because they're already shitty.
Yeah.
Of course they're gonna say the same quality.
God. Whatever. Fuck you guys.
If anyone's listening and they like tater tots, you can tell us how we're wrong. Sure, I'll give you that.
Yes.
You're allowed to care
Right.
about
you can
tater
make
tots.
you can make Trevor feel good about himself.
I guess we'll allow it. I don't make the rules here.
And episode 4. There it is.
3.
Thanks. Fuck. What? I keep looking because I'm looking at the text message that says episode 4, thinking
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm reading that.
So now you're reading.
Okay. I'm just not gonna look. Episode 3. Thanks for listening. Thanks for sticking with us. We don't know how to end the show yet.
Look, we're trying. We're busy.
We need a sign off. We need it from you guys. By next episode, we told
Nope.
our producers that we would have a sign off by episode 5. Fuck.
It's episode 3 right now, you dummy.
Oh God.
No, we're not even gonna cut this out. You're dumb.
You're dumb.
It's episode 3
This is
right
episode
now.
3, you
By
inauthentic
episode
piece
5,
of shit.
Oh my God. I don't know what's happening in my